What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good freaking person is who we are. And living our life to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm going to put this out there, man. Go ahead and smash that button so that you never miss another episode, my friends. Today, we're going to be talking about making more time in your life. Like the time that you already have, but that probably and most likely you aren't capitalizing on it. So like today, we're going to be talking about how to get up early and how to get up early consistently, because anyone can get up early once or twice. But if you can do this consistently, long term, my friends, you will have time, you will find time that you didn't even know it was there. And so I'm pretty sure that you've heard the saying, we all have the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, I feel like I hear that everywhere. And while, yes, we all have that same amount of time, that same amount of window of time. But the truth is that the majority of the people aren't maximizing that window of time, right? And so, like, what if I told you that I can add one entire month to your year, to the entire year? I can add one entire month just by you simply waking up early. And I know that's a bold statement to make. So, like, would you believe me when I said that? Like, and if I could prove that you can actually, gain back and have one extra month a year, so 13 months, like, would you actually take advantage of that? And so today, not only I'm going to show you how that is possible, but I'm also going to give you some strategies, some tactics, some things that you put into play so that you can wake up earlier, so that you can wake up like more consistently, earlier on a consistent basis, because that's what it is. I just finished mentioning that anyone can wake up earlier. Anyone can, I'm going to wake up early tomorrow, and you do 1 or 2 days, but are you doing it consistently? Are you able to do it consistently? And when you're able to master that and to do it consistently for at least a year, I promise you, you will have 13 months in a year, while everyone else has 12. And then you look around and then you're wondering, like, man, I'm so fucking outperforming everyone. That's because you have 13 months when they have 12, right? And so this whole 12-month calendar system, this thing has been around for hundreds of years. Like, I didn't even research how long it's been around, because that's been like the time that's what they created. And so 12-month calendar system, right? So how the fuck am I going to show you how to add one extra month, right? Like, how am I going to show you how to capitalize on 13 months out of the year versus 12 when this is how it's been established for hundreds of years, right? And so my answer is pretty simple, right? Like, you do it by waking up earlier than you already do. And I'm going to put this out there because everyone's going to, like, a lot of people are going to dismiss this as soon as they hear me, so hear me out. Listen to my perspective here for a moment and see if I could, maybe switch some gears up in your mind so that you can have more time to do the things that you want to do, right? And so if you wake up only just 1 hour earlier every single day for the entire year, you bought yourself 15 days, right? So not only do you have yourself 365 days in that year, but you have yourself 15 days on top of that. So 365, 375, you have yourself 380 days that year, just by waking up 1 hour earlier every single day. And now, if you take this to the next level, if you really take advantage of what I'm going to show you here today, if you fucking go all in and you actually, I'm going to wake up 2 hours earlier every single day for this entire year than you already normally do, what this ends up doing for you, my friends, is this ends up adding 30 calendar days to your year. So not only will you have 12 months in your year, you end up having 13 months because you woke up earlier 2 hours every single day for the entire year. And what that does is you win back your time. And so I'm going to show you the math of how I came up around this number of 30 extra days in your year. Like this calendar system's been around for hundreds of years. So how am I going to prove you wrong, right? How am I going to prove that what I'm saying is true? And it's very easy. So you get the 2 hours that I'm telling you to wake up earlier than you already do, and you multiply that by 365 days in the year. And what that does is that gives you 730 hours that you will have in the year by only waking up 2 hours earlier every single day. And so when you divide those 730 hours and you divide it by 24 hours that we have in every day, what that ends up giving you is that we get a number of 30.42 days. So again, 2 hours every single day extra that you wake up earlier, multiply that times the calendar year, which is 365, you get 730 hours. You divide 730 hours by 24 hours, which is 1 day, and what that does is that gives you 30.42 days extra. And so you see, it's kind of simple. Like you wake up 2 hours earlier than you're already doing right now, every single day for 1 year, and you'll add almost 30 and a half days to each calendar year that you do this for, right? And so taking this to a high performance level, like if you do that shit straight for 12 years, and I know that's a big commitment, but just think about it. If, we're out here to fucking become the best we can be, to perform at a higher level, to do more and be more than anyone out there, so that we can fucking impact, so that we can change our generation, so that we can make, so that you draw the line in the sand and looking back, they say, man, that guy really changed it for our family, right? So let's say you take this to the next level, and let's say you end up capitalizing on this time that I'm giving you, and you do this straight for 12 years. Every year, you're adding one calendar month to your system. And what that ends up giving you is that it gives you an entire year to do the things that you want to do back with your life, right? An entire year extra. Every 12 years that you're able to do this, you get an entire year. And then every year that you do this, you end up getting an extra 30 days, extra 30.42 days actually, to be exact. So every time I talk about this, like, most people always say, wow, man, I never thought about it like that, man. That's such a good point. But then what happens is that they quickly say, yeah, that's cool, man. But, that's a cool point. You proved me wrong, But, man, the problem is that I already have trouble waking up early. So how the hell am I going to manage waking up even earlier? Like 2 hours extra earlier? Like, man, I'm already like, that's never going to work for me, right? And so, lucky for you, I'm going to give you some simple strategies because I kind of talk this through. I always kind of put an outline to my podcast, and I kind of put myself in the mindset, in the mind frame of how I used to be, and I use my past self to kind of guide me through these principles so that I can share what would I tell you, the younger Randy, to do, right? And so these simple strategies that I'm going to give you is that so that you can implement them, so that you can win your time back, so that you can use these to outperform the competition. So that, and the competition being, your coworkers, your competition being that, if you're a business owner, that other competitor that you're going against, your competition being maybe, that person that you're going against for that next promotion, right? And so I'm going to go straight to the fucking jugular with this. And that's a term I heard one of my mentors say, and it's an old school term, but I'm going straight for the jugular. And what that means is I'm going straight for the fucking throat. And so no matter how many alarms you put this, like no matter how many alarms you set on your phone, no matter how, like how many fucking alarms you set, how many lights you turn on, no matter how much water you put in your face, like getting up early, it doesn't start that morning. Like getting up early starts the night before. And so the reason why I say that is because sure, you can fucking power through like for a couple nights with very minimal sleep. You can go out, do whatever you need to do. You can, go to bed super late and then you get up early and you can power through that shit. And that will only work for you for only a couple of days till your body will physically give out. And I know this because I used to do this. And what happens is when you do that is that, yeah, you'll get up early Monday, and you get up early Tuesday, and then day after day, you become a little more exhausted. And then what happens is towards the end of the week, you end up crashing because your body just can't sustain that. Like I used to power through like this, and I used to sleep about 4 hours average, like every night of sleep. I used to like live by that term of, oh, I'll sleep when I die, and it seemed to work for me for that period of life. Like I generally got a lot of promotions. I outworked a lot of the competition. I was waking up at 4 a.m. consistently. And by the time everyone else was waking up, I had already 2 hours on it, man. I would get to work so early that I was just literally, and it's not that I'm smarter than anyone. I was just putting more time. So think about it. If I'm showing up, if I'm getting 2 hours extra every day, times you multiply only times 5 days a week, that gives you 2 times 5, it's 10. So you're putting in more than an extra work day every week. When everyone is just putting out 5, you're putting out 6. So of course you're going to outperform the competition because you're literally putting in more time, right? And so, but what was happening is that when I would sleep 4 hours a day and I was hustling and grinding and doing, doing what I had to do to get ahead because I was fucking determined, and it worked like it did, but I fucking burned myself out. And so what happened is that, yeah, Monday I would manage, Tuesday I would manage, but then Wednesday I would really start to feel it. Thursday I was fucking tired. Friday I was exhausted. And then Saturday came around and I was fucking walking around like a zombie. And then I would end up crashing. And then this ended up fucking leading me to being super burnt out. And I went through multiple stages of burnout, trying to overcome this because I was out to prove something. I was out to get my family ahead. And looking back, I don't regret it. And looking back, I would give myself probably some tips to get a little bit more sleep so that I can show up consistently on this level, And so it's not healthy to only sleep this little, right? And while I did do it consistently, like I'm sharing with you guys for several years, and it fucking got me several promotions, it got me fucking to level up, I don't really recommend it because, like I shared, I went through multiple stages of burnout. And when you're able to zoom out and really look at that performance level over those years, I had a lot of ups and downs. And if I were able to steady and kind of bring that average in, I could have performed at a higher level by having more sleep and having more consistent, routines, right? And so what I've really found is that, the happy medium is kind of like 6, but 7 or 8 is fucking gold. It really is. Excuse me. It's gold. It's gold because you're healthy, you're sleeping good, your productivity is up, you're resting, and it goes to show that sleep is needed, rest is needed. You need to be able to re-energize your body so that you can fucking kill it every day at work. And especially if you're someone that's active, like really active, that you're working out, staying in shape. Maybe you have a hobby that demands a lot from you physically. You're gonna need to fucking sleep. You're gonna need to recover, right? And so now, like what I've been on right now is I've been on 2-a-day workouts. I've shared I'm on Live Hard program, so I'm working out really hardcore right now, and what I found right now, minimum 7 hours has been required because the body needs to rest, the body needs to recover. And when I fucking sleep 5 hours, 5 hours, like I'm dragging, like I really am, and I get headaches. I feel lightheaded when I'm working out, and it's all because my body is not recovering. It's not able to recover. So right now, my happy medium is kind of about 7. 8 would be fucking magical. But it's just I got a lot going on, and so I have a goal to at least hit 7 hours a night. I don't hit it every night, but like I said, every day we improve a little bit more, and it's all about seeing what works and what doesn't, right? And so, so you work backwards, right? Like if all right, I want to wake up at this time. Let's say for example, you want to wake up at 5, and so you do the math. How many hours do you want to sleep? And then you work the clock backwards, and then you get the time that you want to go to sleep. Bam! It's that fucking simple. It's not that complicated. You just work backwards. And so what you do is you put a fucking alarm, because I promise you that it will come. And you'll be like, fuck, already? Like it's time to go to bed. And so when I say you put a fucking alarm, is that you put a fucking alarm for your bedtime. Like not only do you put an alarm to wake up, but you put an alarm as you're approaching to your bedtime, right? And so let's say for example, let's stick with the number 5, right? So you wanted to wake up at 5, and let's say you wanted to get 7 hours, 5, 12, 11, 10. So you'd have to go to sleep by 10 to get 7 hours of sleep. And so technically you have to be already sleeping by 10. So I would put the alarm at 9. And I actually do have an alarm that goes off on my phone at 9 p.m. and it flashes and it goes, hey buddy, time to go to sleep. It doesn't say, hey, buddy, but it says, go to sleep. And it comes out every day at 9 p.m. And it's kind of like a flash, like, and it alerts me. And it's like, all right, I already know that I got to kind of start winding things down. And lately, I've been chasing the day so much with these 2-a-days and the program that I'm in that, it was like lately, like yesterday, the alarm went off and I still had one more workout to do. And I was like, all right, fuck it. It is what it is. And so here's like, I'm gonna suggest something, right? So that you can create a system for yourself. And then so the reason why I'm big on systems is because you take the guesswork out of it. And so you make a plan, you put it into play, and then you see what's working and what's not, and you fucking adjust, right? And so, like I said, you just gotta see what works for you, right? And so we're gonna run with that number, with that 5. Let's say, like I shared with you, I used to wake up at 4. If you want to really fucking smash it out, you want to perform, you want to fucking beat everyone, 4 is a fucking gangster number. It really is. Everyone's like, oh my god, 4 o'clock, bro. You want to outperform, you want to get those raises, you want to like, it's all about time. Like, if you're willing to put more time, then you don't have to be the smartest person. You don't have to be the most knowledgeable at everything. But if you're willing to put in the time, that will speak for itself, right? And so let's roll with this 5 a.m. example, right? So let's say you want to wake up at 5, right? And so you just want to wake up at 5. And so what I recommend is to turn off, really. And this is a little hack, and I'm gonna share with you guys some hacks what could work for you, so that, because what happens is, and I'm backpedaling here a little bit because I want to make sure that I go down the right path with this. The examples I'm going to give you is tactics that you can put into play so that you can wake up consistently, right? Because anyone can wake up early 1 or 2 days, but like I said, not everyone will do it consistently. Not everyone can do it, and even so, not everyone will want to do it because it's fucking difficult. There's going to be days that you had a long night and you still had to do some work, or you still had to get that workout in, or you have to go spend time with the family, or whatever it might be. And maybe that day you had to get a little bit of minimal sleep, and so those days are going to come. Just know it. But if you stick to your routine, if you stick to the plan, if you stick to your commitment, to that promise that you made to yourself, and you're able to do this consistently for a whole year, you will gain those 30 days. Right? And you will have 13-month years when everyone else is having 12-month years. And it's going to speak for himself with your performance level, because as long as you're able to maximize that time and stay productive with it, you're going to be a high performer, right? And so one of the first things that I like to do is I set my AC like to turn off 1 hour before my wake up time is, right? So let's say you wake up at 5. So I set my AC to turn off at 4 a.m. And so I personally have a Nest thermometer, not thermometer, excuse me, a Nest thermostat. And so I'm not sure if you have one too, but like most homes nowadays, they have digital thermostats, right? And so you should be able to set this up for yourself in your house. And if you don't have one, like, let me tell you that it's the greatest investment that you could do for yourself to add to your home. It's not expensive. And it's good because not only can you turn off the AC when you want to, but you can turn it on when you want to, and you can set it on the schedule. Let's say you're getting home and you've been out all day, you can turn on the AC, and when you walk into your house, it's actually cool, and it's not starting to cool down as soon as you get there. And so I say this because, like, dropping the temperature down, like making it really cold at night, it helps you sleep better. It's proven, it's known, there's scientific research to back that up, right? But then what happens is that when you make it really cold, waking up in a colder climate is a lot harder. It really is. Just like, doing anything in a colder climate is a lot harder. Like working out, like waking up, just finding the grit to fucking, to follow through with it is a lot harder when it's colder. So what you want to do is you want to turn off the AC at least an hour before you need to get up, so that you start getting warm. Because if not, you're going to be cold and you're going to be comfy and you're going to want to stay under those sheets because it feels so good. And so I'm here to give you strategies so that you can fucking get out of bed, not that you can stay in bed, right? And so what I do is I turn my AC off at least 1 hour before my alarm hits, right? And so by the time that I need to wake up, I'm really helping myself to wake up already because it's harder in the room. Like I typically don't have the blanket by that time on. I'm already kind of waking up. And what's cool is that when you're able to do this consistently, for some magical reason, I don't know, I wake up like 1 minute, like literally 1 or 2 minutes before my alarm clock, and I'm like, oh shit! Like it's like if I have an internal alarm clock, but as you build the consistency in your life, and it really works, right? And so turn off the AC 1 hour, at least 1 hour before you need to wake up, so that it's a warmer climate and it can help you, get up. It can help you wake up, and you're not there being comfy and cozy under the sheets because it's so cold, and that's how it becomes very easy to stay in bed, right? And so next, and this one's an important one, right? You want to put your phone away from your bed, and when I say away from your bed, like you want to put your phone like walking distance away. Like, and I do this like because if the phone is within reach, like if you're still in bed and you can reach over and grab your phone and turn off the alarm, boy, it's gonna be so easy to just turn it off and go back to sleep. Like I know because I've gone through it. I've established that. I've tried to do that and it doesn't work. It works to continue sleeping, but it doesn't work if you need to actually wake up. And so um, if you can manage to put your phone far away from your bed, this is going to help you, like, actually get out of bed, because you have to get out of bed to be able to turn off your phone. And so, I live in a 2-story home. And so what I actually do is that I put my phone downstairs. And so that not only do I have to get out of bed and walk to my phone to be able to turn it off, but I have to actually physically walk down the stairs, so that I can turn off my phone, right? And sometimes I'm really tired and I'm like stumbling and like I'll have to grab the rail because I'm still half asleep. But and that's me having to go downstairs. Imagine if the phone wasn't downstairs. Imagine if the phone was right next to me. I would fucking grab that shit, turn it off, and go right back to sleep. And so we're talking here about systems that you can put into place so that you can get up, like because you want to get up, because you want to do more, because you want to be more, because you want to get that next promotion, because this is what we're here to do. We're here to fucking level up, right? And so then, I wake up a little bit earlier than my wife does, and so her alarm goes off, typically about an hour after mine, um, and I'm usually downstairs like meditating. I actually usually hear her alarm going off as I'm meditating, um, and and she puts her alarm in her phone in the room next door to where we sleep. And so she does this too. She used to put it right next to her, and then she would snooze, snooze, snooze. And I'm like, yo, put that shit in another room so that you have to get out of bed. And when you get out of bed, it helps you wake up, right? And so I personally also have a backup alarm, and I learned this from other people that, kind of like high performers, people who are very successful. That you have to do what you got to do. You have to wake up. You have to get to work. You have to fucking run that business. You have to be there for your people, right? And so what they always recommended, and I started implementing this in my life, and it fucking works, is that you set yourself with a backup alarm. And no, I'm not saying a backup alarm on your phone, like that you could just turn it off because, like, you go and you turn off your phone and whatever. No, it's a completely separate alarm clock. Like, and so I have mine downstairs also, and that requires me to turn off that one too, right? And so I purposely set that other alarm clock. I set it at a different time. And so if, let's say, if I set my phone alarm at 5, that other alarm will be set like at 5:02 or 5:03. And I do this because, in case I don't hear my phone, or in case for some reason I manage to go downstairs, which I've done that when I've been really, really exhausted, and I'll turn that alarm off and I'll go to sleep on the couch, that other alarm will wake me up, and I'm like, all right, come on, we got to do this. And sometimes you got to power through it, bro. Like, if you want to create success for yourself in your life, you're going to have to do the things that make you uncomfortable. You're going to have to fucking, suck it up sometimes and fucking go and do what you got to do. Like, because if not, if it was easy, bro, everyone would be doing it. Just think about it like that, right? And I'm glad I put this on there because I almost forgot to mention this. Don't fucking snooze. Like, that is the worst thing that you can do. Turn that option off on your phone. Like, eliminate that shit. And before you say, oh man, I don't know if I could wake up What if I miss my alarm? Like, man, I don't know. I cannot turn off the snooze button because everyone that I've recommended this to, that's the first thing they say. No, 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 man, I can't turn off the snooze button because I rely on it so much. Well, here's a perspective shift for you. Here's like a mindset shift. Here's like something that you can look at like, man, maybe that is true, right? The reason why you snooze, the reason why you think that you can't turn it off, the reason why you snooze so much, the reason why you're constantly there hitting snooze or you put fucking 5 different alarms is because that you know it's there. Like, and so think about it. Like, if your mind knew for sure that you didn't have no other snooze button, if your mind knew that you didn't have another alarm set, if your mind knew that that was the only alarm you had to get up, there would be more chances of you fucking getting up with that first alarm and going to fucking start your day. Because you know that there would be no other snooze button, and if you if you turned off that alarm and went back to sleep, it's a good chance you're gonna stay sleeping and you're gonna be to work late, or you're gonna be fucking behind your day, or you're not gonna be getting up. And so I'm gonna say it again: turn off that fucking snooze button, right? And snooze button is only hurting you, my friends. It really is. And like, did you know actually that every fucking time that you're snoozing, like you're just wasting your time? Like you're not really even resting anymore because you're constantly snoozing. Like and the reason why I say this is because like when you rest when you're deep sleep. Like so every time you hit snooze, it's usually like within 7 or 8 minute intervals or whatever the fuck you set up your phone is. And so you're never really getting quality sleep. And so I see this like from my friends and from people that I talk about this, and they got like, they snooze like 5 times, or they have like fucking 5 different alarms, and they spend over half an hour, sometimes even an hour, fucking snoozing, and that whole hour is like not resting. Like, and if they were to fucking grab hold, and say goodbye to that fucking snooze button, like just say, fuck you, snooze button, I'm over, that's it, we're done, you're fired. Like, you would actually rest for that whole hour, for that half an hour, for however long you fucking snooze. And so eliminate that fucking snooze button, right? So let's get back to what we're talking, because I feel like we got a little off track there. Your alarm, let's say, okay, so your alarm is going off, right? And you have to get out of bed. And so you get out of bed, you hear the alarm, you're gonna go turn it off. And as you're walking over to wherever you put your alarm, wherever you put your phone, far away from your bed, so that you actually have to walk there. On the way that you're walking there, like you want to make sure that you turn on every single light that you possibly can in your home. And so you do this because darkness usually promotes more sleep. Like, and by forcing light into your eyes, like there's going to be a way better chance that you're going to wake up, that you can actually stay awake. And so as you're walking to turn off your alarm, turn on every single light that you can. At my house, even if my wife wakes up an hour later than I do, I don't turn on the light in the room, but hallway is on, the stairs light is on, downstairs is all on, my whole entire house is on, because I need to help myself, wake up, right? And so water is the next one, and there's 2 water-related activities here that we're going to talk about. One is pretty much right after you turn off that alarm, you're going to go and you're going to splash some water on your face, right? And then the reason why splash some water on your face is going to help you snap out of that sleep pattern that you're in, of like feeling just like you want to go back to sleep. So if you put some water, especially some cold water, it's going to kind of give you a little shock and it's going to wake you up, and you're probably not going to go to sleep after that, right? And then 2, so you want to drink a glass of water, because you've been sleeping for several hours, and so your body's going to be dehydrated, your body's going to want water, and so the glass of water is not only going to help you get rehydrated after being so long without water because you've been sleeping all night, but it's going to help you wake up and it's going to help you feel better, right? So drink a glass of water right after you splash water on your face. And so the next one, I'm going to say this one, but it's probably going to seem silly to some, but I'm here to tell you that it really isn't, right? This one's all about bringing gratitude into your life. And so when you wake up, turn off that alarm, you splash some water on your face, you gotta have a glass of water, and then you say to yourself, and preferably out loud, man, I'm up. Wow, I'm alive. Man, I made it another day. Like, thank you, God, for allowing me to wake up today. Because the reality here, being blunt as fuck, that there's a lot of people that don't wake up every single day. There's a lot of people that don't make it. Like, and there's always many people out there throughout the entire world, and you can research this statistic. I don't know the exact number, but there's a lot of people that night was the last night of their sleep, and they don't fucking wake up anymore. So it's important for you to be thankful that you got up and you got another opportunity to live, to attack a life, to be the best that you can be. So be grateful. Like, start your day with gratitude, and that helps you wake up and be appreciative for what you have. And starting your day with gratitude is fire. Gratitude is a new attitude. And so the last one I'm going to give you, it's really like a bonus one. But the purpose behind this is that you want to program yourself. You want to kind of like think of your mind as kind of like a hard drive. You know, you want to fucking program that thing to be in a good mood, like you really do. So instead of grabbing your phone and immediately going into social media and just seeing what is on there, and it's kind of, you never know what you're going to see on there, right? And so you want to put on some cheerful, some happy music, some music that is going to help you create a good mood for yourself, right? And so instead of relying on, man, maybe today I'm going to have a good day, instead of relying on hoping that you saw some shit on social media or whatever you picked up your phone with, or relying that everything is going to go my way today, which it really doesn't. You know, why would you want to play Russian roulette with your emotions, with how you're going to start your day? So playing music, something like that helps you be happy, something that you like it really commands a good mood into you. Like, and so you are in control, my friends. Like, put a good playlist on, put something that makes you happy, put something that makes you smile, and command the good mood. Because even if you're in a bad mood, man, I've been in some shitty moods, and it might not be the first song, it might not be the second song, but by the third song, I'm like kind of like already kind of singing along, and I'm like, man, my mood kind of changed around. And so music could really help you change the day for you. It can really help you put the day in the direction that you want it to. And so these are all intentional items that we're going to be doing, that hopefully you're going to be doing, so that you can get up early successfully every single day consistently, so that you can fucking gain that extra month of life, of time, right? And so let's do a quick recap here, right? I'll take a quick drink of water. But the quick recap here is, number one, you're going to go to bed at a decent time, because you need to be able to get some sleep. You need to be able to get some rest, so you don't crash towards the end of the week. Number two, you want to put your AC, set that AC so that it turns off at least 1 hour before your bedtime. Before you're getting up time. And so, number three, you want to put your alarm as far away from your bed as possible, so that you actually have to get out of bed, you have to walk to your bed, and you have to walk away from your bed, preferably in another room, so that you can turn off that alarm. And the next one is, as you're walking to turn off the alarm, you want to turn on as many lights as possible, right? And then the next one is, you want to have a backup alarm, so that just in case you snooze that other alarm, or you don't hear the phone because it's kind of far, that old school alarm will fucking wake you up. It really does. Those old school alarms have their way, and if you're serious about getting up, you want to add one of those to your house. You want to add one of those to the fleet. You want to add one of those so that you can be consistent on waking up. And then you also want to add some water to your face and water into your system. So those are two: water on your face and water into your system. And then you want to give thanks for another opportunity at life, right? Because not everyone wakes up every day. And then last but not least, you want to put on some happy music, because you want to create the mood for you. You know, you don't want to just rely on, maybe today I'll be in a good mood. No, you want to create a good mood for yourself. And whatever kind of music makes you happy, like, you know, create the mood for you so that you can be in a good mood to start your day, so that you can crush your day, right? And these are all intentional items that you could do, that you can implement, so that you can kill it. And then, you know, and not to say you're going to have an amazing day, but if you set the intention and you do this, and I guarantee you that you fucking do this long enough, even if you have nothing else to do with those 2 hours, you're going to start finding things to do in those 2 hours. You're going to be like, holy shit, I don't know, I have all this extra time now. Like, what am I going to do? You know, so give it a try. Let me know how it works out for you. And I hope you fucking kill it. I hope you get that promotion. I hope you fucking level up, right? So guys, I'm driving the fucking checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the world that we're truly some badass motherfuckers. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I want to say that you got yourself a win, man. And I truly appreciate you for investing your valuable time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked us with. We are driven individuals. We're working on breaking the fucking stereotype, and we're working on becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey while we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. Yo, and if you haven't subscribed yet, my brother, my sister, what are you waiting for, man? Go ahead and smash that button so that you never miss another episode. You can follow me on my Instagram. My handle is WideOpenRandy. Man, and if you felt any connection to today's message, I genuinely ask that you please share this on your stories, because those are the actions that get more people to see this. Those are the actions that get more people to hear this podcast. And ultimately, that's what really helps us spread the message. I'll catch you guys on the next episode, but till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.